Welcome to a Peernet tutorial for Document Conversion Service, DCS for short. In this video, we will review the 3 new utilities added to Document Conversion Service in Release 3.17, which help manage the DCS configuration file, the watch folder configuration file, and DCS conversion profiles. The utilities are DCS Backup and Restore, Configuration Merge, and DCS Editor. We will now show you a tutorial of how to use each tool. The first utility, DCS Backup and Restore, is used when you are updating or upgrading to a new version of DCS, or when you are moving the software to a new computer. If you are running an earlier version of DCS and are now moving to DCS 3.17 or higher, please email peernet@peernet.com and we can provide you with the new DCS Backup and Restore utility. Once you run the utility on your old computer, you'll be able to follow the instructions in this tutorial. To back up your DCS settings, go to Start, Document Conversion Service, DCS Backup and Restore. Select Backup my DCS configurations and profiles. Click Next. To back up all of your DCS settings, ensure both DCS configuration file and watch folder configuration are checked, and select Backup all conversion profiles. If you know you only made changes to specific configuration files or configuration profiles, you can decide whether or not to back up all of these files. Click Next. Save the files to your preferred location. By default, it will save the files to your Documents folder. You can choose whether to allow the utility to auto-name the backup file using the date and time, or you can create a custom name for the backup zip file. Click Next. Click Start Backup. Once the backup is complete, you can click Exit to close the DCS Backup and Restore utility. Alternatively, select Start Over to return to the first screen of the utility. To restore your DCS settings, select Restore my DCS configurations from saved files. Click Next. Browse to the location where you saved the backup zip file. Click Next. The DCS settings you can restore will depend on which settings you chose to back up. The system will automatically check which settings are available to be restored. Click Next to see a summary of your restore choices. Click Start Restore to begin. The utility will now merge your old DCS configuration file with the new DCS configuration file. The process of merging the 2 DCS configuration files allows you to maintain any of your changes to the file while also gaining access to any new features that were added in the new version. This screen shows the status of the merge and if any errors occurred. Click Next to review the merged DCS configuration file. This screen will also show any errors in the file and scroll to the nearest line. You can edit and make changes on the screen before moving forward. When done, select Accept Changes. Next, if selected, the utility will merge the watch folder configuration files. As with the DCS configuration merge, the status of the merge and if any errors occurred is shown on this screen. Click Next to review the watch folder configuration file. Again, any errors are highlighted and you can edit and make changes. When done, click Accept Changes. The last step is to copy your newly merged files and any saved profiles into the Install folder. If you have chosen to restore profiles as well, any of the profiles you have selected are now copied over to the Profiles directory, overwriting the new ones with your older profiles with any customizations you may have done to them. Once the restore is complete, you can click Exit to close the DCS Backup and Restore utility. For detailed instructions on updating or upgrading your document conversion service, see our Updating or Upgrading to a New Version of DCS video. For detailed instructions on moving DCS to a new computer or reloading DCS after an operating system upgrade or computer crash, see our Backing Up and Restoring Your DCS Settings video. The second utility, Configuration Merge, allows you to merge any saved DCS configuration file, watch folder service configuration file, or conversion profile from an older version of DCS to the current version of DCS. If you have used the Backup and Restore utility included as part of the upgrade or update process with DCS 317, you will not need to manually merge your configuration files and conversion profiles. To merge two versions of the DCS configuration file, go to Start, Document Conversion Service, Configuration Merge. For the first field, browse to the location of the current DCS configuration file, which is located under C Drive, Program Files, Peernet Document Conversion Service, Core, and the file is named pn job item processor.exe.config. For the second field, browse to the location where you saved your old DCS configuration file. Select Start Merge. The utility will now merge your old DCS configuration file with the new DCS configuration file. The process of merging the two DCS configuration files allows you to maintain any of your changes to the file while also gaining access to any new features that were added in the new version. This screen shows the status of the merge and if any errors occurred. Click Preview File to review the merged DCS configuration file. This screen also shows any errors in the file and scrolls to the nearest line. You can edit and make changes on this screen before moving forward. When done, select Save Merged File. Click Start Over if you wish to merge additional files. If you wish to merge two versions of the watch folder configuration file, for the first field, browse to C Drive, Program Files, Peernet Document Conversion Service, Tools, Watch Folder Service. If you wish to merge two versions of a conversion profile, for the first field, browse to C Drive, Program Data, Peernet, Document Conversion Service, Profiles. The second field is the location where you saved the old version of the respective file. The third utility, DCS Editor, was created to make editing the DCS configuration file, the watch folder service configuration file, and any DCS conversion profiles simpler. To use DCS Editor, go to Start, Document Conversion Service, and open either the DCS configuration file, the watch folder service configuration file, or a conversion profile. Firstly, the new Peernet DCS Editor color codes the text for easy editing. There are also additional tools at the top to make it easier to save the file, search the file, and copy and paste within the file. When you highlight text, you have the option to cut, copy, or paste. If we were to copy this line, you could then use Find and Replace to either find other instances of the line throughout the file or replace all instances of this line. The new DCS Editor also gives you the option to collapse sections. In terms of the DCS configuration file, which we are currently editing, you could collapse application factory sections that have been disabled, thereby making the file more manageable to scroll through. Lastly, the DCS Editor is now able to check for syntax errors, which could potentially inhibit conversion by selecting the Validate button. If you were to accidentally add a second quotation mark or delete a term, for example, the editor will notify you of the syntax error when you click Validate. It will also tell you which line and position has the error, moving the line to the top of the page. The editor will also check for syntax errors when you click Save. You can quickly switch between DCS setting files by selecting the Open a DCS Watch Folder or Profile button. Be sure to save the file you are working on before changing to a new file. This video is intended to introduce our users to the 3 utilities available in DCS version 3.17 and later. If you require assistance, our support team is always available to walk you through how to use these new utilities if needed. Simply contact our support team at support@peernet.com and we'll be happy to help. Be sure to check out our Getting Started series for document conversion service, or watch some of our more advanced tutorials to learn how to customize DCS further and achieve optimal conversion performance. We are always available to help with configuration and answer any questions you have about setup or the product. If you are looking for an enterprise solution to streamline your business processes and boost efficiency, our document conversion service is right for you. If you haven't done so already, follow the link below to download your free trial.